Yes, I have my notes. Yes, I do. It was a tough beginning last night because that's when it began. And I got home quite late, as a matter of fact, so I'm lucky I'm even standing here this morning. But anyway, I'd like to say good morning to everyone. And we're really thrilled that you're able to join us today for today's announcement. Okay? High Power Coatings. Did I say okay? I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, High Power Coatings started back in 1966 with Charles Virtue, as was mentioned earlier. He was working with the legendary Avro Arrow, and then, as you know, Mr. Diefenbaker decided to scrap that plan. And Charles was out of work, so he had a vision as to what he could do with electrostatic application. And a year later, he came to me and said, "Joe, would you like to join me?" He said, "The two of us with our experience in electrostatic could really make a serious go of it," so I decided to go with him. He was quite the man. We miss him still today. And it's been one remarkable journey over the last 46 years. There's been an awful lot of innovation in the coating industry, improving on product lines. And it's just been ongoing. High Power has always been an innovator. Okay, and I have Stuart Eddy here who's been with me, believe it or not, I think 45 years. Pretty close. I've been with Stu longer than I have been with my wife. You know, that's tough, and I saw an awful lot more of them too. But anyway, let's move on. Oh, am I going backwards? Here I go. All right, environmental responsibilities. We realize the environmental responsibilities that we have, and we've been taking them as we've been moving forward. What has happened is we were coating mostly on interior work and office furniture refinishing in the electrostatic field, and when they were using solvents because that's all that was available at the time. So that particular type of business died off only because of solvent-based coatings. So we knew we were going to have to develop a waterborne product with our supplier that would work electrostatically and give the same end result or better, and we've managed to do it. Today we have a two-component epoxy waterborne that we're using for interior projects. Doesn't matter if it's elevator doors and frames, office furniture, and also we have an anti-graffiti that we've come up with, which we're launching today as well. But back to the nano is where we should go. This is a small list of clients that we've dealt with, and I'm pleased to see that some of them are here today. That's really important to us. And yeah, we've taken care of them. That's why we're still with them. It's been 35 years with some of them. Okay, and we're continuing to do work with them. Okay, leveraging the power of nanotechnology. I recognized the potential of nano, and there were a number of companies that were attempting to supply a nano-type product for insulation, for example, Para paints. But then when it was proven that the product wasn't doing its job, it was taken off the market. So it was quite a challenge for others that were attempting to do something in nano for the coating industry. So our vision was that, geez, if we could come up with a nano that would give us the clarity and stop the IR from coming in and block 100% of the UV, or 99.99, that's all we're able to say, of the UV, we were going to have a product that we could move with. So here we are today. Yes, that's the next move. Here we go. We launched High Power Nano in 2011. Prior to that, it was High Power Coatings that was working with the National Research Council of Canada and NINT in Alberta. And we decided that once that program was complete and the product wasn't ready for us, that we'd have to move on. And at that time, the scientist was Juan Pablo Bravo, who's sitting at the table number 1 there, wanted to come with us, and he's our chief science officer. And so he came with us and we moved forward. It's taken another 1.5 years for us to get to where we are today, but we finally made it. We had Dr. Mohabbadi over here from Xerox, who was with them for many, many years as the chief science officer. And he came with us onto the board of directors of High Power Nano. And then from there, he saw what we were doing and wanted to join us, and he's now the COO of High Power Nano. And we're sure proud to have him with us. Okay. Again. We're thrilled to have you all here for today's launch. It's a big event for us. And we really see where we can go with something like the product that we have right now today for Ontario, for Canada, and the world. There's a number of people abroad that are looking to purchase our product and or represent us in the southern climates, where the electricity bills are just humongous and they need a break somewhere, and this will give it to them. Okay, well, it's time for me to now introduce, or for Joel to introduce Dr. Hadi Mohabbadi so he can give you a little more of an insight on nanotechnology.